When you think about Dell, what comes to mind? Probably PCs, right? The box on your desk. But this kind of legacy hardware company is quietly catching the biggest wave in tech, and it just resulted in a truly spectacular quarter. So, how in the world did they manage that? Let's dig in and see what's actually fueling Dell's AI rocket ship. First, let's just put the headline number out there because honestly, it's staggering. In a single quarter, Dell raked in nearly $30 billion. Now, for a company this massive, growing 19% in 1 year is like trying to do a U-turn in an aircraft carrier and then hitting warp speed. So, okay, that's the what. But the why is where the story gets really, really interesting. A growth spurt like that for a giant like Dell is, well, it's huge. It makes you ask, what could possibly be lighting a fire that big under their business? And the answer, as you might have guessed, comes down to two simple letters: AI. Now, to really understand the AI piece of the puzzle, we first have to see just how healthy the company is overall. And these are the blockbuster results that made Wall Street snap to attention. And it wasn't just about that big revenue number. I mean, look at this. You've got record earnings, massive amounts of cash flowing in, and they even handed over $1 billion back to their shareholders. This tells you one crucial thing. Dell isn't just selling more stuff. They are running an incredibly efficient, profitable operation. All right, now for the main event. Dell's leadership called AI a significant tailwind, which, let's be honest, might just be the understatement of the year. This isn't a gentle breeze. It's more like a Category 5 hurricane that is totally reshaping their entire business. To really get your head around the scale of this AI demand, you need to know one key term: backlog. Think of it as a giant guaranteed IOU. It's the pile of confirmed orders that customers have placed that Dell is still working to build and ship. And at the end of the quarter, that pile for AI servers was worth an incredible $11.7 billion. That's all future revenue just waiting to be recognized. And this is where the numbers get a little wild. This chart shows you the insane flow of demand in just 3 months. They booked over $5.5 billion in new AI orders. They managed to ship a record $8.2 billion. And even after shipping all that, the backlog, that pile of IOUs, still got bigger. They are literally selling these things faster than they can possibly build them. This quote from Dell's COO really puts it all into perspective. He said that in just the first 6 months of this year, they've already shipped more AI servers than they did in all of last year. This isn't just steady growth, folks. This is an explosion. And when we say AI servers, this is what we're talking about. These are not your average computers. These things are absolute beasts. Basically, supercomputers packed into a rack, stuffed with incredibly powerful chips from partners like NVIDIA. Each one of these racks is like a money printing machine. They are the physical engines of this entire AI revolution. Now just look at this trajectory. It's almost hard to believe. 2 years ago, Dell's AI server business was basically non-existent. Last year, they shipped $10 billion worth. And now, they're forecasting they'll ship $20 billion this year alone. They are on track to double a multi-billion-dollar business in just 12 months. That's just wild. Now, if you dig a little deeper into the company's results, a fascinating picture starts to form. It's really a tale of two very different Dells operating under the same roof. So, on one side, you have their infrastructure business. This is the heavy-duty stuff. Servers, data centers, all that. That's where the AI action is, and its revenue shot up by an unbelievable 44%. Then, on the other side, you have their classic PC and laptop business. Its growth, just 1%. I mean, the contrast could not be more dramatic. And the big takeaway here is pretty simple. The good old reliable PC business, yeah, it's still keeping the lights on. But the AI infrastructure side of the house, that is now the company's rocket engine. It is the single source of all this incredible growth and momentum. So after a quarter like this, what does Dell think is coming next? Well, in short, they are betting big that this AI boom isn't just going to continue. They think it's actually going to accelerate. Because of this performance, they've raised their forecast for the entire year. They're now expecting to pull in over $107 billion. For a public company to raise its guidance that much, well, that is a massive signal of confidence. And here's the crucial part. They expect it to be very profitable growth. They're guiding for a 17% jump in earnings per share. That proves this boom is flowing right down to the bottom line. So what's giving them all this confidence? Well, it all comes back to that one magic number. That raised forecast of $20 billion in AI server shipments is the locomotive that is pulling this entire train forward. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. Why should you really care about one company's quarterly earnings? Because Dell's incredible story is a perfect example of a much, much bigger trend, the AI hardware gold rush. Their success is a huge signal that the AI revolution isn't just about software and chatbots living somewhere up in the cloud. No, there's another equally massive side to this story that's playing out right here on the ground. The market for the actual physical hardware needed to make AI work is projected to explode to over $350 billion by 2028. We are literally witnessing the birth of a colossal new industry in real time. It really is about the picks and shovels. We're talking about the server racks, the computer chips, the cooling systems. It's about the massive physical construction of data centers required to give all this amazing AI software a place to actually live and run. And Dell is simply one of the biggest suppliers for that global construction project. Which leaves us with a final question to chew on. We've all heard that old saying that software is eating the world. Well, as AI accelerates that process, it's really worth asking who stands to profit the most? The people cooking the feast, or the people who are building all the tables it's going to be served on?